All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Eddie Eson Robinson, and I will be talking to you about self-care in the public and nonprofit sector. Our self-care training overview: what is self-care? Why is it important? How self-care impacts the environment, managing self-care, and questions to ask about self-care. Are you taking care of yourself? If you aren't, this is what you may be experiencing: impact of long-term burnout and stress, illness and disease, poor relationships, personal and professional, and poor coping skills. In this training right here, we're going to cover a lot of things, but while we're covering these things, keep in mind, are you yourself practicing self-care? What is self-care and why is it important? Self-care is the time taken by a person to build themselves physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally every day. So just to go in deeper about that point there, a lot of places now in the public and nonprofit sector are allowing, their workers to bring in their spirituality into their workplace. We moved into that time, so now you see people practicing meditation at their workplace or taking time to themselves, or bringing in different things that may calm them down and that may bring them to peace, and that's become more accepted in society now. Self-care is important in the nonprofit and public sector because the people working in this field typically experience high stress levels, burnout, and excessive turnover. We all know in the fields of the nonprofit and public sector that we deal with a lot of people every day. And taking on those emotions may also cause us to have emotions, and also raise our stress level, and cause us to burn out in our jobs, even in short-term jobs, and excessive turnover. In my previous job, we worked with children ages 8 to 25, and they all lived in a residential home, and we had to take care of them, and it began to burn me out, working 12 hours a day and not doing anything to really care for myself, and that job had tons of turnover. Challenges with self-care: positives of self-care: we have developing great working skills. It enhances the creativity, positive work environment, and a career satisfaction. The lack of self-care can lead to burnout, as we said, stress, high job turnover, and poor work performance. We spoke of the other ones earlier: the lack of self-care, the burnout, the stress, and the high level of job turnover. But we also want to keep in mind the poor work performance. If you aren't taking care of yourself, then the work that you do is going to be very poor, and your performance level is going to be really poor, and you're not going to be able to meet your organization's goal. And that's going to lead into more trouble into your workplace. But if you develop positive self-care actions, you can develop great working skills, enhance your creativity, and you're able to do more things at work, and you want to be at work, and then you have a positive work environment. Everyone's excited. You're excited about being at work, and your career will be satisfying. Trouble with self-care: if you have no knowledge of self-care and or practice self-care, you can potentially dislike where you work, as we said, experience stress due to burnout, or perform poorly. Common mistakes made around self-care is the lack of self-care options built into work or personal self-care time outside of school. So we all have a lot of things going on in our lives, right? So if you have trouble with self-care and you're not balancing yourself outside of your work hours, then it's all going to pour into work. All your emotions from the outside world is going to carry into your workplace. You're going to feel stressed if you're stressed about your bills and other things going on. Then you're going to bring that into your workplace. And then if you don't like where you work and your work's not satisfying, then you're going to create more problems in your workplace, and you're just not going to put out good work. And all of those things matter. Everything matters and kind of coincides and meshes together. So self-care is needed to relax and balance yourself. The critical issues: management can lead to poor self-care options at work, and they can do this by scheduling meetings back-to-back, starting meetings late, making executive decisions without getting your team's opinion, and being unorganized. We have a lot of organizations now who lack professionalism, and this is why we're in this field, and this is why we're practicing here to build and to be better. A lot of management, they have issues with scheduling meetings back to back, and that's all in the organization of your organization. When you all are scheduling your meetings, Are you starting your meetings on time? And is everyone present at the meeting? Is the meeting going orderly? All of these things add in to how your management can take care of you, and value your time and value your existence. Are they making executive decisions without getting your team's opinion? A lot of people want input into their jobs, especially in the nonprofit and public sector. We all want to put in our own opinion because we're the ones doing the work. We don't want anyone higher up telling us everything to do. We also want to have input. If we don't have that, that gets us to burn out because we're doing things that we don't want to do, and we're not experiencing the things that we want to see happen, and we're not putting in the service that we would like to see done. We're more so taking orders from others. So that's one thing to think about when it comes to self-care and being unorganized. If you're unorganized within your organization, then it kind of makes everything else crash, and that puts everyone in a panic mode, and everyone's stressed and burnt out whenever they're panicking, whenever things aren't flowing well. Some people don't work well with pressure, and it causes them to kind of freak out, and they're not prepared and ready to work, and that helps. And that doesn't help because it doesn't help you meet your organization goal. Managing self-care. How can you as a manager manage self-care? You can manage self-care by providing rewards for your employees. And this can look various ways. You can have something set up for your employees that if you meet this quota, you're able to receive this. You're able to receive this. You get this day off. Staff development staff development to bond. Working in this sector, we are around each other a lot, and we all want to have fun outside of work, to get to know one another. So it'd be great to go out and to do staff development, which can be training and enrichment, but also a way to bond and bring your team closer. Purchases of lunch. If you purchase your employees' lunch, if you're in a management position, you purchase your employees' lunch. This can be a very good way to show your staff appreciation and help them relax a little bit at work, and they're able to eat. They're not missing a meal, and they're able to enjoy and fulfill being at work, and the happiness will bring a strong morale to your employees. Work outings, going out with your employees, as I said, outside of work, taking work out of the conversation, and just really enjoying and getting to know one another. Half a day, scheduling some half a days, maybe before some holidays where people are usually around their family, to leave work early and to take care of themselves. Schedule some time in some of these sectors. Schedule some time to where you don't have to be at work. You can be at home relaxing. Critical issues to take away from our presentation. I have two present here. Self-care is needed to reflect, renew, and recharge, especially during a break. You want to be able to reflect on your work that you've done, renew things that you may have made mistakes on, and recharge and get ready to go back to the work that you're doing. You especially want to do this during your breaks. Whenever you're free, Christmas break, Thanksgiving break, you don't want to be in your emails and things like that. Great self-care can lead to positive work environments, which lead to the team meeting the organization goals. Whenever you're doing this positive work and in these environments, it can all lead to great work within your organization. If you're burnt out and stressed out, then you're not going to put in great work within your organization. You're going to put in minimal work, and you're not going to be worried about the success of your organization. You're going to kind of buckle down and put in low quality work. Questions to ask yourself, a self-care quiz. Do I eat regularly? Do I eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Do I eat healthy? Do I exercise? Do I get enough sleep? Do I answer emails outside of work hours? Do I take on tasks by myself? These are some short things to ask yourself. It's a short self-care quiz. I'm going to pass out a longer quiz for you all. I thank you all for listening to me. Today, my name is Easton Robinson, and I was able to discuss self-care with you all, and this is my reference. Thank you.